Every single review just gives you a bunch of different features and you are still absolutely confused which is the best choice for you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you just the very specific features that you actually need to pay attention to understand which is the best choice for you based on your specific case. And on top of that, I have some discounts and crazy bonuses if you use my affiliate links, so check out all of the links in the description.
When it comes to content contact automations, honestly, they have some of the basic automations, welcome series, all this kind of stuff, but it's really not that advanced compared to some of the other softwares. So I'm not really a huge fan. It's lacking some multi-trigger workflows, goal tracking, advanced event-based triggers. It's very basic, I would say, so I'll only give it a 6 out of 10.
By the way, I have created a document of 50 best growth hacks used by the biggest marketers out there. Check the link below.
When it comes to ease of use, it's pretty easy, beginner friendly, I would say. Not the easiest one out there, but not very difficult. Easy to navigate between the different campaigns, contacts, reporting, stuff like that. So it's an 8 out of 10.
By the way, I created a blueprint for the best business model out there, so check the description.
When it comes to landing pages, the builder is kind of basic, to be honest. There are some of the templates and they don't look too bad per se. It's functional, but again, like limited customization and design flexibility. No built-in A/B testing, so it's a 7 out of 10. When it comes to forms, you have sort of, again, all of the basic stuff that's needed, and you have some trigger tagging, basic automations, but the design is very simple and it does lack some of the deeper styling options. So again, it's basic but lacking, hence it's 7 out of 10. When it comes to newsletter designer, it has a fairly solid builder. It's not too bad actually. It has this brand kit thing that auto pulls your logo colors to build branded emails. But you also can do this with other softwares if you're kind of just duplicating the emails, duplicating the templates. It also supports A/B testing for subject lines, but not for full emails. So I would say it's maybe a 7 or 8 out of 10. When it comes to e-commerce to store, they actually have this built-in store setup to sell simple digital products and physical products. It is very simple, so most likely you'll want to go to it with a different dedicated software. They do have integrations for Shopify, WooCommerce, Etsy, and they support some basic stuff like abandoned cart emails, but they don't really have much of actual e-commerce features, so it's a 7 out of 10. When it comes to unique features, it has this thing called event management where basically you can promote different tickets, RSVPs, reminders to like event pages. However, I will discuss this in the next step. And also they have social media posting and scheduling built in, which is something that's unique for email marketing software. So pricing for content contacts is kind of crazy, honestly. If we go up to 10,000 contacts, the first plan, the light plan, is $120 a month. And honestly, on this plan, first of all, you only have one email automation template, and they don't have most of the basic features like subject line A/B testing, all of these basic things you don't have. Like honestly, you're not really going to go with this plan because it's lacking too much. A lot of softwares that provide free plans, they have more features than what this paid plan has. So you will need to go at least with a standard, and most likely actually you will need to go with premium, and let me show you why. So with the standard, you do get a little bit more features. However, one thing to keep in mind as well is that it's 12 emails per contact. So you might also, before you hit the 10,000 subscribers, you might hit the limit in terms of how many emails you can send. And another thing as well here, when we go to automations, you will see that automation templates, you can only have 3 templates, and to create custom automations, you can't do that, which is absolutely mind-blowing. I really don't understand why they are doing this. No e-commerce automations as well if you're going to do e-com. So it's absolutely crazy that they don't include a bunch of this stuff. And even like these things like Facebook lookalike, ad targeting, if you're doing ads, that stuff is not included as well. So really, I absolutely hated that you're paying. This is some of the highest fees to pay for email marketing, and you still don't even get all the features. That's what I'm saying. You probably most likely actually will need to go with the premium plan, and that is $275 a month, which is probably one of the most expensive. Actually, aside from Active Campaign, it is the most expensive plan, and the features that you get are not even that good compared to some other email marketing softwares. So honestly, you get all the different features that they provide, but again, they're not as good as some of the softwares that charge 1/3 of the price. That's why I'm not really recommending it. So who is it best for? Honestly, as you see from the pricing, it's crazy overpriced. You'll also need to get the most expensive plan to get the main features. The other plans don't even make sense to me. So I don't recommend it just because of the price, and actually the features as well. You don't get the best features. I recommend other softwares over this one. Only way it could even make sense is if you're doing events. As I said, from the unique features, it has the event feature. However, then again, you might want to use a dedicated software for events that's going to be better. And this also doesn't come for free. It comes with additional fees that you're going to be paying. So probably it's still really not worth it.
When it comes to GetResponse automations, they do have some interesting things. So they have all of the usual sort of automations that you will need, but also they have some additional things. For example, engagement scoring, and then you can send personalized emails based on that engagement scoring. And obviously you have all of these other usual features that you will have on other tools, but I would say it's pretty advanced, and you even have some CRM based type of conditions. So I will give it 9 out of 10. I would say it's one of the stronger tools when it comes to automations in email marketing. When it comes to ease of use and interface, it's very clear layout with guided onboarding. However, Automation Builder is, because it's pretty powerful, it does feel a little bit complex for beginners. But once you kind of get used to it, it's honestly not that difficult, so I'll give it an 8 out of 10. When it comes to landing pages, this is one of the stronger points as well, and I'll show you later why exactly this is the case. But they have an excellent drag and drop builder with a bunch of different professional looking templates. You can customize all the sections, add countdowns, pop-ups, product embeds, all of those kind of things, which to be fair, you can do with most of the landing page builders. And you have built-in A/B testing and analytics for conversion tracking, which is something that's a little bit more advanced and not every email marketing platform has. So it's a 9 out of 10. When it comes to forms, you have all the pop-ups, embeds, exit intent with really good templates, and obviously you can trigger all the automations and add tagging. It's decent customization, however, it's not as flexible design as a dedicated form tool, so it's nothing special per se, but it has all of the stuff you'll need. It's an 8 out of 10. When it comes to Newsletter Designer, it's a feature-rich email builder with a lot of modern templates. You'll have most of the blocks that you need, and they are reusable as well. Also, if you're selling the products, then you have dynamic product recommendations and personalized sections. There's also A/B testing for content and for subject lines. So it's pretty decent builder. I do maybe prefer some of the other email marketing builders, but this has quite a lot of different features, so I'll give it 8 out of 10. So when it comes to e-commerce and store, you have all the integrations with Shopify, WooCommerce, and it supports product tagging, abandoned cart recovery, purchase tracking. I'll show you this a little bit later, but basically you can sell your own products directly through the landing pages, and it has these sales funnel capabilities. So it's a 9 out of 10. It's a little bit more advanced maybe if you're going to use these sale funnel capabilities that I'll show you later. When it comes to AI features, they're emphasizing a lot on AI. However, what I saw mostly was there's AI email generator and subject line suggestions, which every email marketing software has. And they do have predictive time send time optimization, which again most of the softwares have. And they also claim they have this AI campaign assistant, but I think it's very early stages maybe, so it's not very useful yet. So it's a 7 out of 10. When it comes to unique features, there are quite a few different features. So first of all, they have built-in webinar, so you can run a webinar with email marketing software, which is probably the only email marketing tool that provides webinar features. And you can also have course hosting platform, so you can basically create courses and host courses on here, which again is something that's not typical for email marketing tool. It's more for a course creation tool. Also, you have funnel builder for lead magnet sales webinars. Also, you have a funnel builder for lead magnets sales and webinars. So what this is basically, if you go in here, you will see that the way they structure this, they do it really like as a funnel. So you have your top of a funnel, let's say your Facebook ads that you can connect, landing pages, sign up forms, email marketing, sales pages, blah, 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 blah. All of these different things. And they actually even provide like a one-click upsell. Most of this, I would say that you can do this with email automations in general. So you don't necessarily need this like built-in sort of thing. They just structure it in like this specific way that kind of makes it easy to understand, but honestly, you can execute same thing with other email marketing softwares. This maybe makes it just like a tad bit easier. And also something like one-click upsell is something you will not have this with other email marketing software. So this is maybe the one thing that kind of like stands out, but all of these other features, they are available. They're maybe not just structured as nicely. There are a couple of things you have to understand when it comes to GetResponse pricing. So first of all, we choose 10,000 subscribers. With the starter plan, honestly, you are missing some of the really essential features. So if we look at the features that they provide, you will see that actually when it comes to all of these perfect timing, A/B testing, e-commerce tracking, none of these features exist with the basic plan, and even like these basic features. And also the features why you might want to go with GetResponse is all of this sales funnel builder, and that doesn't exist with this plan as well. So honestly, it's kind of limited. It's only $79 a month, which is not a bad price. However, for the features it's providing, it's not really worth it. So really, you'll want to go either with Marketer or you'll want to go with Creator. And as you can see, they're really promoting this one because the only reason you might want to go with GetResponse is if you're actually going to use all of these features of course creation, the conversion funnel, building out a website. And the Marketer plan, it's $114 a month, which is fairly competitive pricing compared to other softwares, but it doesn't have all of these features. So when it comes to webinars, website creation, course creation, it doesn't have those things. So technically, if you go for that, you'll need to go with Creator plan, which is $134, which is a little bit on the higher price end. And then you get those features. However, one thing to keep in mind here as well is that they have a limit on how many students you can have. And as you can see here, you can have up to 5,000 students. So just keep that in mind because it might seem like a lot, but if one of the ways how you're requiring basically your email subscribers is by having a free course, then you might actually hit this number pretty quick if you have a free course. Whereas some of the other, as I said, sales pages, they might come at similar price tag and they have unlimited and they have additional features. When it comes to the funnel, they have very advanced features. So who is it best for? So if you want something that is a bit closer to a sales funnel builder because of what I just showed you in the last point, then this might be good because it's email marketing software, but it's trying to sort of be a sales funnel builder as well. However, I will say one thing, that it's not as good as an actual sales funnel builder. So if you're going for this email marketing software because it's sort of like a sales funnel builder, I would say just go for a sales funnel builder and that's it. And I'll leave a link for my favorite one. But if you want just to have some basic features And if you want to host maybe some courses and sort of just have, you know, your email marketing tool being able to do those things, then this might be a good choice for you. But I would just go with actual sales funnel builder if I'm going to go with GetResponse. By the way, I have also made an ultimate video comparing all of the different softwares, so go check that out, link in description. And don't forget, I have special discounts and crazy bonuses if you use my affiliate link. So if you enjoy this, check out all of those links.